Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. It helps us out a lot, and we are trying to get to 500 subscriptions. To our continued watchers, thank you for watching and continuing to spread the word. We really appreciate it. This article today is from WOR, and it reads, Moana 2 embargo lifts, 57 on Metacritic. So we have a 57 overall score for Moana 2. Metacritic is they're kind of tough when it comes to critiquing films, to be quite honest. I'm going to be interested to see what that audience score is on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, you can argue if Rotten Tomatoes still has credibility and integrity, but I do think it still is a good indicator for what the mainstream audience thinks of a film. Some of their critic reviews are cool, some are kind of off base, but when it comes to getting an indicator of what the mainstream audience, movie-going audience thinks, I think Rotten Tomatoes still holds up there. But let's read into this article. The embargo has lifted and reviews are starting to pop up for Moana 2, which was originally greenlit as a Disney Plus series before the Mouse House decided to rework it into a movie cash grab in late 2023. The Disney animated sequel currently has a 57 score on Metacritic and a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it looks like Rotten Tomatoes has a little higher score there. I think that is the score from the critics, obviously, because the film is not out yet. But let's continue. I walked out of the film halfway through, so you won't be getting a reaction out of me. This is Jordan Rumi, by the way, of World of Real. I guess he got a pre-screening of this film. I guess he didn't like it, maybe because he's an adult and it's not targeted towards him. But let's keep reading. I'm not a fan of the 2016 original either, which did garner strong reviews and has a very loyal fan base. It's not like reviews will matter much when it comes to this movie. All of the parents will be bringing the kiddies to the screenings this holiday week and weekend. And so the likes of Vulture or the AV Club panning Moana 2 is irrelevant to parents who just want their kids to lay low on tantrums and just calmly sit down for 2 hours to enjoy a film. Moana 2 opens in over 4,200 theaters on Wednesday and is projected to collect $135 million in its first 5 days of release. Those ticket sales would register as the biggest Thanksgiving in box office history. The current record holder is 2019's Frozen 2, which raked in $125 million. As far as non-animated fares go, the current champ is 2013's Hunger Games: Catching Fire, which made $109 million. Yes, I do think Moana 2 is going to make a lot of money. I'm being generous. I think at the top it can make $800 million. The studio picked an excellent time to release this film. There is still a little bit of competition with Wicked and Gladiator Part 2. We talked about that earlier this week. They say that Wicked is projected to make $1 billion at the box office, which is wild, and I'm sure Gladiator is going to make a lot of money as well. Haven't heard too many more projections on where that film is going to land, but I think if we do have repeat watching over this 5-day holiday, we could eventually see Gladiator push for $400 to $500 million. Now, we talked about the budget for that film, and it is a huge budget, so there's a lot of things, a lot of factors that go into that film making money, but we want to see where Wicked ends up. We want to see where Gladiator 2 ends up, and then I think Moana could be the most successful film out of those three, to be honest. Like they say, Wicked should make $1 billion. We will have to see what happens. The film does need legs. The film is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, but it does appeal to a large demographic of people, and it could get pushed to that $1 billion mark. But Moana 2, let me know down in the comments, are you going to be going to watch Moana 2? Have you heard that Moana 2 is actually being released this Thanksgiving weekend? They're actually doing a live action version of Moana as well, and I think that is filming as we speak, so that's going to be very interesting. Looks like we have a big trilogy push for Moana, and it's going to be live action and there's going to be animated aspects to it as well. So I think that's very interesting that they're pushing this hard. The first Moana made over $680 million at the global box office. Like I said, if this one does well, I think it can push for $800 million. It could stop where the first one stopped, There's nothing like the first film, so I think this thing could stop out 600, 650, but we'll just have to see on the quality of the film. It is a film for the kids and the families. People are not going to be judging it that harshly. It's just something to do to spend time with the family over the holiday weekend, and I do think Moana 2 will rake in a lot of money. Not a lot of competition for that film, even going into early December, so we'll see what those numbers look like for this first big weekend for Moana 2. With that being said, guys, like this video, ring the bell for notifications so you can keep getting these exclusive tidbits of news. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share with a couple friends, and as always, be safe. It's Neff signing off.